Solvents are critical inputs in synthetic processes. An appropriate solvent for synthesis of drug substance may enhance the yield or determine characteristics such as polymorph, purity, solubility, and bioavailability. After the desired form of drug substance is achieved, solvents are no longer needed as they do not provide any therapeutic benefit. All residual solvent should ideally be removed completely to meet product specification, drug manufacturing practices, and other quality-based requirements. However, manufacturing processes cannot remove the solvents completely from drug substances and products, and some residue of them are left in pharmaceuticals. Residual solvents in pharmaceuticals are defined as organic volatile chemicals that are used or produced in manufacturing of drug substances, products, and excipients. The objective of drug substance analysis is to restrict level of solvent in pharmaceuticals for the safety of the patient. Various guidelines, especially ICH Q3C, recommends use of less toxic solvent and those solvents whose level are considered to be toxicologically acceptable for drug substances and products. The precise amount of solvent can be measured in direct injection method based on its concentration and volume of injection. However, in GC headspace, this is not possible since saturated vapor of solvents accumulated over headspace are fed into GC system. Responses of respective solvents depend on their relative vapor pressure in diluent, which in turn depends on nature and volume of the diluent. Therefore, weight calculation of impurity or solvent in GC headspace analysis is not straightforward, the topic of this lecture. Hi, welcome to my channel. Myself is Arvind Mittal. I am a pharma consultant and an auditor. My focus area are regulatory, data integrity, quality control, and analytical research. In my channel, you will get the most relevant information about the pharmaceutical industry. The topics presented here are relevant to the industry personnel as well as to postgraduate students who are doing research in pharmaceutical field. If you have not subscribed my channel so far, then subscribe it right now by pressing subscribe button and bell icon below so that you get an instantaneous notification of my new videos. I shall not take up the operational part of GC headspace here. I assume that my viewers are fully acquainted with the headspace instrument and its operations like fixing the column, setting up parameters of headspace sampler, heating time, pressurizing time, equilibrium time, etc. or how a sample is handled and what precautions one should exercise while preparing standards. So let us turn to the calculation part of residual solvents analysis by GC headspace. As I said that calculation for direct injection method are simple as compared to headspace calculations. Before we start, difference between nominal concentration and absolute concentration is worth mentioning. Many industry persons use these terms interchangeably, which is not correct. The literary meaning of adjective nominal is partial or below actual value. The nominal concentration is expressed in milligram per ml, whereas absolute concentration or concentration with respect to sample is expressed on microgram per gram basis. In GC headspace analysis, nominal concentration are corrected to absolute concentration. In GC headspace analysis, the weight of solvent depends on sample weight taken in headspace vial, volume of headspace diluent taken in vial, volume of volumetric flask taken in serial dilution, volume of solutions taken from a stock solution to make final nominal concentration, or volume of aliquots. We shall note that if one of the parameter is changed, final weight of the impurity or solvent will change. Here a word of caution. I have used the word weight of solvent. In GC headspace analysis, all solvents standards should be weighed directly on the balance rather than calculating their weights by their volume and density, then transferring them through a pipette. Since density of a solvent is susceptible to change in laboratory temperature, and very often than not, you will not get the correct results. Moreover, impurities are expressed on weight by weight basis, and it would not be appropriate to express the results in volume by weight basis. I hope that viewer is well acquainted with procedure of weighing of the solvent. Second thing is conversion of ppm into percentage and vice versa. Here we shall take an example of dichloromethane or methylene dichloride. Its limit is 600 ppm. ppm means parts per million or thousand. Therefore, 600 is divided by 10 to the power 6. In order to convert it into percent, this is multiplied by 100 to give 0.06%. So in short, dividing ppm by 10,000 directly gives percentage of an impurity and vice versa. For example, in related substance method, any other impurity not more than 0.1%. It means that we are talking about 1000 ppm, and similarly, if a known impurity should not be more than 0.15%, then its concentration is not more than 1500 ppm. With these 2 points, let us proceed for standard weight calculation for GC headspace analysis. Suppose your lab manager asks you to prepare a standard solution of MDC for a pharmaceutical substance. You are asked to develop a method by taking 500 milligram sample in 2 ml of diluent. So the calculation of an impurity solvent starts with weight of the sample taken in the vial. You must start your calculation from this point. Limit is 600 ppm or 0.06%. Therefore, 0.06% of 500 milligram is 0.30 milligram. Second step, since 2 ml of diluent is to be added as per the requirement, 0.3 milligram shall be divided by 2 ml to give 0.15 milligram MDC per ml concentration, so that when we take 2 ml of standard solution having 0.15 milligram concentration, the vial will contain 0.3 milligram of MDC, equivalent to 0.06% of the limit with respect to sample. Clear? You may stop the video here and note down the values, or you may rewind it to see the first step again. This is the basic step. Let us proceed further. We shall see with the help of another example that nominal weight of impurity changes with weight of sample and volume of diluent taken in headspace vial. In this example, we are now taking 300 milligram sample in 3 ml of diluent. So, as we started previously, 0.06% of 300 milligram is 0.18 milligram. And since volume of diluent is 3 ml, therefore 0.18 milligram shall be divided by 3 to give 0.06 milligram per ml nominal concentration of MDC. Now let us see if these two nominal concentrations are same with respect to sample. In the first example, sample weight is 500 milligram, 2 ml of diluent was taken, nominal concentration was 0.15 milligram per ml. Therefore, per gram concentration or concentration with respect to sample will be 0.15 multiplied by 2 since we have taken 2 ml in the vial divided by weight of the sample. Weight of the sample is 0.5 gram. So this will come as 0.6 milligram per gram or 600 microgram per gram. That is the 600 ppm. In example 2, 300 milligram sample and 3 ml diluent was taken in the GC headspace vial. Nominal concentration was 0.06 milligram per ml. Therefore, concentration with respect to sample will be 0.06 multiplied by 3 ml divided by weight of the sample, that is 0.3 gram. This will also come as 0.6 milligram per gram or 600 microgram per gram. Clear? You may stop the video here and note down the calculation. Till now, we have seen that nominal concentration of an impurity is dependent on weight of sample and volume of diluent taken in GC headspace vial. Though the absolute concentration or concentrations with respect to sample are same, that is 600 microgram per gram or 600 ppm. Further, we will see that glassware capacity also plays a role while calculating standard weight of the solvent. Since we cannot weigh accurately 0.15 milligram or 0.06 milligram MDC, we will have to weigh bigger amount of impurity and subsequently dilute it serially to attain desired concentration. In scenario 1, suppose in my laboratory, the most common volumetric flask are 25 ml and 10 ml respectively, and I have 1 ml and 5 ml graduated pipettes. This is how the standard stock solution will be prepared. Multiply nominal concentration of 0.15 milligram by 25 since stock solution's volume is 25 ml, then dilute 1 ml of stock solution in 10 ml. Hence, the factor 10 by 1 will be applicable, and thereafter transfer 2.5 ml to 25 ml volumetric flask to make standard solutions. Since 2.5 ml is diluted to 25 ml, hence factor will be 25 by 2.5. The standard solution will contain 0.15 milligram of MDC. So by this calculation, we get the value of MDC as 375 milligram. After this, you will write the standard procedure like this. Transfer accurately about 375 milligram of MDC in a 25 ml volumetric flask containing about 10 to 15 ml, say DMF. You cannot write weigh and transfer about 375 milligram MDC. If you will write this, it shall be interpreted as first weigh 375 milligram MDC, then transfer it to a 25 ml volumetric flask. Since most of the organic solvents are highly volatile, you cannot weigh them directly on a pen. You wouldn't get a stable weight if you are doing this. The correct method of weighing of a solvent is first take some diluent in a volumetric flask. Diluents are generally DMF, DMSO, DMAC, which are practically involatile at room temperature. Keep this volumetric flask on the balance. Wait the balance reading to get stabilized. Then carefully slide the upper glass window of the balance and with a very steady hand, with the help of a glass syringe, drop the solvent directly on the surface of the diluent. The falling droplets shouldn't touch inner side wall of the volumetric flask. If the drop will touch the side wall, you will not get the stable balance reading. Right? You will never be able to weigh exact amount of impurity as given in STP. The preposition about has been defined by USP as plus minus 10%. Therefore, try to weigh accurately within this limit. If you are using 24 gauge needle for solvent weighing, then its each droplet weigh around 2 to 5 milligram. Now you will write your procedure like this. Transfer accurately about 375 milligram MDC in a 25 ml volumetric flask containing about 10 ml of DMF. Mix well and make up the volume with DMF and again shake well. Name it stock solution 1. So this is our stock solution 1. Transfer 1 ml stock solution 1 to a 10 ml volumetric flask containing about 5 ml DMF. Mix well and make up the volume with DMF. Name it as stock solution 2. This is our stock solution 2. Transfer 2.5 ml of stock solution 2 in a 25 ml volumetric flask containing about 10 ml DMF. Mix well and make up the volume with DMF. Name it as standard solution. So, in the first case, the solvent weight will come as 375 milligram MDC. Correct? And the final concentration will be 0.15 milligram per ml MDC. Okay, let us proceed further. In scenario 2, instead of 2 25 ml volumetric flask, now we have one 25 ml volumetric flask, one 50 ml volumetric flask, and one 10 ml volumetric flask along with 1 and 5 ml graduated pipette. Now the standard solution will be made as follows. Multiply 0.15, that is the nominal concentration, by 50. Then the factor will be 10 by 1 since we are going to transfer 1 ml to 10 ml, and again 2.5 ml will be diluted to 25 ml. Right? Note that now the quantity has become 750 milligram of MDC. Now let us discuss scenario 3. Now your manager has asked to use volumetric pipettes instead of graduated pipettes because in his opinion, use of graduated pipettes may cause issues of volume measurement while performing validation and subsequent analysis in quality control department. Now, due to change in volume of pipette, the final quantity of MDC will change. Here, all the flasks are according to scenario 1. However, graduated pipettes are now replaced by volumetric pipettes. Right? So again, we shall proceed like this. Nominal concentration is 0.15 milligram. Multiply it by 25 ml. Transfer 1 ml to make the second dilution. So the factor will be 10 by 1. And then transfer 2 ml with the help of volumetric pipette to 25 ml volumetric flask. And this will give rise to 468.75 milligram or approximately 470 milligram of MDC. So we have seen 3 scenarios where quantity of impurity standard was different due to different capacity of glassware. In all the 3 situations, the final nominal concentration of MDC remained unchanged, and it is 0.15 milligram per ml. This concentration is restricted by quantity of the sample and volume of the diluent. If a single parameter will change in this whole chain, then the ultimate quantity of a standard will change. Now, what next? Let us see how calculation of MDC in actual scenario will be done. So the formula is area of sample divided by area of a standard, weight of a standard in milligram. This is dilution factor. A standard was first taken in 25 ml volumetric flask, 1 ml was diluted to 10 ml, and thereafter 2.5 ml was diluted to 25 ml. 2 ml of diluent was taken in headspace vial, and the sample weight will be 500 milligram. This will be multiplied by purity of the solvent. Since purity is in percent, that is why it will be divided by 100, and then it will be multiplied by 10 to the power 6 to give the results. So this is an actual example of an analysis. This is the area of sample. This is the area of a standard, average area of a standard. Weight of a standard is 368, whereas the theoretical weight should be 375 milligram of MDC. So we can see that this is very near to 375 milligram. So this much weight was taken in 25 milligram of diluent, then 1 ml was transferred to 10 ml, and further 2.5 ml was transferred to 25 ml to make the standard solution. 2 ml of diluent was taken in headspace vial, and 504.36 milligram was sample weight. So it is also very near to the theoretical weight of 500 milligram. It was multiplied by the purity of the solvent, and then it multiplied by 10 to the power 6 to give the result. And the final results are 318.77 ppm or 319 ppm. So this is all about the calculation part of residual solvents analysis by GC headspace. You must try various permutation combinations for sample weight, diluent volume, and glassware capacities till you become confident enough. For the sake of practice, you may try cocktail of methanol, ethanol, acetone, dichloromethane, tetrahydrofuran, and cyclohexane at their ICH limit by taking 500 milligram of sample and 2 ml of diluent. You can take any diluent like DMSO, DMF, or DMSE. Back calculate and verify that you have done it correctly. If you have any query, then write it in the comments line. I shall try to answer them as soon as possible. In my next video, I shall explain why traces of class 1 solvents like benzene and carbon tetrachloride should be evaluated in pharmaceuticals even if these solvents are not part of manufacturing processes. What are their sources and how we can fine-tune our marketing application dossier. Till then, good luck and keep watching.